Let's begin by first getting into whatever position is most comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Take a breath in slowly, all the way down into the deepest part of your lungs. And release it again, in and out. Feel the weight of your body wherever you are resting. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your hands grow heavy and open. Feel the muscles of your face, around your eyes, your jaw, your forehead, softening now, letting go of whatever shape the day pressed into them. You are safe. You are still. And you are about to travel somewhere extraordinary. With each breath, let the world you know grow quieter. The sounds of your life, the concerns of your day, imagine them the way you imagine the lights of a city as you rise above it. Still there, perhaps, but smaller now, farther away, and growing farther with every breath. 3. You are leaving. It begins as a feeling before it becomes a place. Coolness. A clean, living coolness on your skin. Not the coolness of an empty room, but the coolness of open air above open water. Air that has traveled across a great lake and carries the lake's memory in it. The faint mineral scent of fresh water, the green smell of growing things, roots and soil and leaves, so alive they seem to hum. And beneath you, gently, so gently, movement. A slow rocking, side to side, so subtle it is almost imagined. Almost. You are in a canoe. A wooden canoe, narrow and low, carved from a single great tree. It rests on the surface of a vast, dark lake. The wood beneath you is smooth from years of use, worn to a softness that feels almost warm against your hands when you rest them on the sides. Take a breath and open, not your eyes, but your awareness. This is Lake Texcoco, and the year is deep in the age of the Aztec Empire, the time before time was renamed. It is midnight, or very close to it. The world is dark and enormous and utterly, perfectly still. Above you, the sky. Take a moment with the sky. There are no electric lights here, no glow on the horizon from distant cities, no haze between you and the heavens. There is only the sky as it was before we dimmed it, vast and depthless, and crowded with stars so dense they seem to press against each other, jostling for space. The Milky Way stretches directly overhead, not as a faint smudge, but as a river, a true river of light, white and silver, and faintly, impossibly blue at its edges, arching from one end of the world to the other. Look at it. Let it fill your awareness, that great river of stars pouring across the darkness above you, reflected, broken and shimmering in the black water of the lake below. You are suspended between two skies, the one above you and the one beneath you, and the canoe holds you gently between them, rocking. Breathe. Now, slowly, you become aware of what surrounds you on the water. The chinampas. They emerge from the darkness gradually, the way your eyes adjust to night, first as shapes, then as textures, then as something full and alive and breathing. The floating gardens of Tenochtitlan. Long, narrow islands stretching out across the surface of the lake, not floating exactly, though they feel that way, but anchored by the roots of willow trees that reach down through layers of woven reeds and rich dark earth into the lake bed far below. Each garden is its own world, orderly rows of crops running the length of each strip of land. Corn, squash, chilies, flowers whose names have no translation, grown here for temples and for medicine, and for the simple human need to have beauty close at hand. The gardens extend around you in every direction, their edges blurring into the dark water blurring into the night sky, everything at this hour becoming part of everything else. Your canoe drifts slowly, so slowly, along one of the narrow canals between two gardens. There is no current to speak of, just the gentlest, most patient drift, as though the water itself is walking you through this place at exactly the pace you need. Breathe in. The air here is extraordinary. It is layered. Close to the water there is the cool mineral smell of the lake, clean and ancient. And just above that, rising from the gardens on either side, the deep green smell of soil and growing things, roots reaching down into dark water, leaves reaching up toward a sky full of stars. And woven through it all, faintly, the sweetness of flowers, marigolds, dahlias, the petals folded close now against the night, holding their color inside themselves until morning. Listen now. Really listen. The sound of the lake against the side of your canoe. It is the smallest possible sound, a soft, rhythmic lapping, water lifting and falling against wood, over and over, with the patience of something that has been doing this for 10,000 years and expects to go on for 10,000 more. Lap, and again. Lap. It is not a loud sound. It barely qualifies as a sound at all. It is more like a reminder, a small voice the lake uses to let you know it is there, beneath you, holding you up, asking nothing in return. Let that sound be an anchor for you now. Each time you hear it, the gentle knock and whisper of water against wood, let it bring you a little more fully into this moment, a little more present, a little more still. Breathe. Somewhere to your left, water moves. Not the lake, something smaller. The sound is lighter, quicker, the sound of water running through a narrow channel, threading its way between garden beds, carrying nutrients from the lake into the roots of sleeping plants. The Aztec gardeners built these waterways with extraordinary care, every canal precisely placed, every channel serving a purpose. Water here is not wasted, it is invited, it is guided, it is thanked. Listen to it, that thin musical running of water through the dark. It gurgles softly as it rounds a corner in its channel. It whispers as it runs over a smooth stone the gardeners placed there long ago. It makes a small, content sound, the sound of water doing what water loves most, which is simply to move, to flow, to find its way through and around and between things. Let that sound go with you now as well. The lapping of the lake against your canoe, and the soft running of the garden water nearby. Two water sounds, weaving together in the dark, making a kind of music that requires no instrument and no musician, only stillness and someone quiet enough to hear. Your canoe has drifted alongside one of the garden islands now. You reach out and let your fingers trail along the edge of it, the reeds and earth that form the border of the chinampa, dense and damp and somehow solid despite being built above water. Your fingers come away cool and slightly muddy and smelling of the richest earth you have ever touched. Good earth, living earth, earth that has been fed by the lake for generations. Above the garden's edge, you can see the shapes of plants in the starlight, the tall, gentle architecture of cornstalks standing in their rows, their silks invisible in the dark, but their forms unmistakable, tall and patient, like quiet sentinels keeping watch through the night. Between the rows, low and spreading, the broad leaves of squash plants lie flat, gathering what little dew has begun to form at this hour. Each leaf holds a tiny mirror of sky, a droplet of water reflecting one star, or two, or the faint glow of the Milky Way. Everything here is in its right place. Everything here knows what it is and what it is for. Breathe that in, the deep, uncomplicated peace of things that are exactly where they belong. Further along the canal, you pass beneath a willow tree. Its branches hang low over the water, long, trailing fingers that drift just above the surface, stirring gently in the faint night breeze. The leaves make the smallest sound as they move, a soft whisper, like someone turning pages in a book very slowly in a room where everyone else is asleep. The roots of this willow go deep, all the way through the garden, through the woven reed base beneath it, through layers of accumulated earth, down into the lake bed, where they spread and grip and hold everything together. This tree is the anchor. This tree is the reason the garden does not drift away. You pass beneath its branches and they brush your shoulder, very lightly, as though in greeting. As though the tree knows you are here. As though the tree is glad. Breathe. Breathe. Far across the lake, very far, muffled by distance and water and the soft, absorbent dark of a night without wind, there is the sound of the city, Tenochtitlan. The great island city that will one day astonish the world. Its temples and its causeways, its markets and its plazas, all of it sleeping now, as cities must sleep, resting between the efforts of one day and the demands of the next. You can just barely sense it, a presence more than a sound. The knowledge that somewhere in that direction, beyond the gardens and the canals, a great human thing is quietly breathing. But out here, none of that reaches you. Out here, there is only the lake and the gardens and the stars, and the water moving in its small, deliberate channels, and the canoe rocking you so gently you could almost believe it is not rocking at all, but simply breathing, in and out, like the chest of something enormous and alive and deeply, deeply at rest. Let yourself be rocked. Let yourself be held. The moon is low tonight, a crescent, thin and silver, hanging just above the line of the gardens to the west. It gives barely any light, just enough to trace the edges of things, the rim of your canoe, the top of the corn, the slow, broken mirror of the canal's surface. That thin crescent moon, to the people who built and tend these gardens, is a living thing. It has a name and a story and a place in the great ordering of the sky. It rises and falls on a schedule that tells these gardeners when to plant and when to harvest, when to celebrate and when to be still. Tonight, it tells them to rest. And so they do. The gardeners are asleep somewhere behind the garden walls, in houses that smell of smoke and copal incense, dreaming the deep dreams of people whose bodies have worked hard and well, and whose sleep is therefore the most complete and healing kind. And you, here on the water, are resting too. In your own way. In this way, the way of water and stillness and the long patience of midnight. Breathe in and let it go. Let your awareness settle now into just the sensations of this moment. The coolness of the night air on your face and hands, the only parts of you exposed to the open sky. The warmth beneath that, held in your body, kept close by the stillness of the air around you. The slight dampness of the night, not rain, not quite, but the air thick enough with moisture that your skin knows the lake is everywhere, that water is the element here, that you are a guest in a world that belongs to water. The rocking of the canoe, always the rocking, slower now, it seems, than when you first arrived, as though the lake has felt your stillness and matched it. the lapping at the hull, soft, steady, patient, lap, lap, and the garden water running in its channel, that thin musical thread of sound weaving through the dark, and the willow leaves barely moving, and the stars, all those stars. You realize in this moment that you are not anxious. Notice that. Let yourself notice the absence of it, the thing that so often sits in your chest, tight and restless and never fully quiet. It is not here now. It loosened somewhere along the way, perhaps when you first felt the rocking of the canoe, perhaps when you heard the water, perhaps when you looked up and saw the sky so full of stars that there was simply no room left for worry. It happens that way sometimes. The things that trouble us don't always need to be solved. Sometimes they only need to be outpaced by beauty, by stillness, by a place so complete in itself that the mind simply lets go of what it was holding and drifts, the way a leaf drifts, the way your canoe drifts. You have drifted here, and here is good. Here is very good. Breathe. The night deepens around you. If such a thing is possible, and here it seems it is, the dark becomes darker, more complete, more generous. The stars seem brighter for it. The sounds of the water seem clearer for it. Your own breathing seems slower and more deliberate, as though the night is teaching you something about the pace things want to move at when they are left alone. Slow, unhurried, completely without urgency. There is a word in the stillness of this place that arrives without being summoned, a feeling more than a word, the feeling of being in the right place, of belonging to the moment you are in, of there being no other moment that requires your presence right now, not the past, which is finished, and not the future, which has not yet asked anything of you. Only now. Only this canal, this garden, this water, this sky. Only the sound of the lake finding your canoe over and over, gently, like a question it already knows the answer to. Let your body grow heavier now. Feel it sinking, not into the water, but into rest, into the particular density of a body that has stopped holding itself up, stopped bracing, stopped preparing for anything. Your shoulders. Let them go. Your hands, resting open. Your legs, heavy and still. Your face, your jaw, the space between your eyebrows, the small muscles at the corners of your eyes. All of it softening, all of it releasing. You are held by the canoe, and the canoe is held by the water, and the water is held by the earth beneath the lake, and the earth holds everything, the gardens, the willows, the sleeping city, the crescent moon's thin reflection, and you. You are held by all of it, all the way down. Stay here as long as you need to. There is no end to this night, no bell that will ring, no light that will come until you are ready for it. The gardens will keep growing in the dark, quietly, the way all living things grow, without effort, without announcement, simply because that is their nature. The water will keep moving in its channels. The lake will keep lapping at your canoe. The stars will keep their ancient watch above you. And you will keep breathing in and out, slow and full, the most natural thing there is, the thing you have done every moment of your life without once having to remember to do it. In and out, in and out. Let the sound of the water carry you now. Let it take you wherever sleep wants to take you, or wherever stillness wants to keep you. Either way, you are safe. Either way, you are exactly where you need to be, resting, floating, held. On a dark lake in the center of the world, beneath a sky full of stars, surrounded by sleeping gardens that will wake when morning comes into green and extraordinary life. But for now, only this, only the water, only the dark, only the quiet, steady rocking of a canoe that knows exactly how to hold you. Rest now. Rest, rest.